Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Dip with Chelsea. For today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all 5 holiday dip powder nail designs using this kit from Azure Beauty. Thank you so much Azure Beauty for sponsoring today's video. I love these colors for the holidays. Y'all, this kit is perfect for a Christmas gift. It comes with the liquids and not just your normal liquids, but also a matte top coat. In addition to a buffing block, you're going to get a dusting brush, this super handy little tray here. You can use this for marble designs, pour over method. Today I'm going to use it for the French manicure, but what really blew me away, besides including a matte top coat, they even give you swatch sticks. I preach about how much I love swatch sticks for not just swatching colors, but also practicing designs. Definitely check them out on Amazon because some of these dip powder kits are going to be up to half off for Black Friday. First, we're going to grab our solid white shade as our base, and then also this really pretty red glitter. We'll need our base liquid. We're going to do a full layer across the entire nail and then pour the white over top. You can definitely dip into the powder as well. I just like the pour over method. You can see it's a beautiful even coverage for a white. Then we're going to dust it off and grab our red glitter. So I do have 2 separate brushes here, one for each shade. We have everything out and ready. And I apply my base liquid across the entire nail and dip my brush into the glitter. Then I lay my finger on its side and I focus the brush mostly at my skin, just doing small little taps on the brush and letting the glitter just disperse in that area. We want to tap off the excess back in that same direction. Then quickly we're going to apply the white powder on the other half of the nail. So I'm going to apply my base liquid in some sparse areas on the nail, and then I wet my toothpick in it to pick up some glitter pieces. This is just going to add some more pop of glitter on any areas that are a little bit bare. Then when I'm happy with it, I need to clear encapsulate. So we're going to do a full layer of our base liquid across the entire nail and pour the clear over top. Once it's dry, I dust it off, and now it's time for activator. So I apply a very generous layer of this and wait 2 minutes for it to dry before I file, shape, and buff. And I dust it off and apply another layer of activator and wait 2 minutes before I go in for top coat. The first layer is just going to be 3 quick strokes on the nail. Then once it's dry, I go in for a more precise and detailed second layer, making sure I get all the way over to those sidewalls and capping off my free edge. Well, that's it for design number 1. I love the white base because it really does help the glitter pop, and these glitters are my favorite because they're so easy to work with, very beginner friendly, and you can see it is just stunning. Someone mentioned I should try this design with some holiday colors, so let's do it. First, I'm going to use that beautiful cherry red, and we're going to do a different technique this time. So I'm going to start by doing a line across my free edge. I'm going to paint just right across like this and drag the excess down here to that corner and pour the red over top. It's dry, I dust it off, and I'm going to go back over top with my base liquid brush, just tracing right over it, get to those corners and pour the red over top. Now we're looking after layer number 2. We're going to dust it off and start on our next shade. The next one I'm going to do a little bit thinner of a line, just going right up against that first one and go right across down to the corner, then pouring the powder over top. And after you tap off the excess, if you see you want to crispen up or clean up any lines, you can use the end of an orange wood stick and just press it back into place to make a crisp, clean line. Once it's dry, I dust it off. Here's how we're looking. So let's go back over top for a second layer on the green, just tracing over our first, using that as our guide, pouring the green powder over top again. If you need to do any cleanup on your lines, now is the time. Then we can dust it off and start on the last section. So I like to start by carving out my cuticle area first, then drag the excess liquid down. So we're going to go right up against our last line again, get all the way over to those corners and pour the clear dip powder over top. Now, normally you would want to go in for a second layer. However, I can see that it's actually really an even surface at this point, and I don't need 2 layers at my cuticle area. So I'm going to stop with just 1 layer, and now I'm going to apply my base liquid across the entire nail, and we're going to pour the clear over top to encapsulate and smooth the entire surface. I really love straight designs like this on a straight square nail shape. Something about it just really makes it pop. So once it's dry, I dust it off. Now we're going to go in for our activator, another generous layer, and wait 2 minutes for that to dry before we file, shape, and buff. Then we're going to dust it off and apply another generous layer of activator. Wait 2 minutes before we go in for 2 layers of top coat. Once your second layer is dry, you are done. I really love this design. I loved it last time and I still love it. I think the colors together are stunning. Something about a solid with a glitter makes it really pop, and this clear is crystal clear. All right, y'all, let's get started on the next design. For this one, we're going to start up at our cuticle area, carving out that section first, and then we're going to do swirls. So whatever feels natural to you to do a swirl, and then pouring the powder over top. Once it's dry, we're going to dust it off and trace back over top again with our base liquid brush. I do wish I did bigger swirls in this section, so I'm going to go back over a little bit further and then pour the powder over top. Then we're going to start on the clear section. So trace right up against it. Make sure you're doing your swirls all the way over to the edges and pouring the clear over. So we're going to trace again for our second layer, going right over top and pouring the clear over. Then we're going to start on the red. So tracing up against that line again, going right up to it, hugging that line, get all the way over to those corners and drag the excess down. We're going to pour the red glitter over. Once it's dry, I'm going to dust it off and trace back over top again with my base liquid brush, just going right up to where that clear line was, get all the way over to those corner areas, pouring the glitter over top. I love swirl designs because they're very beginner friendly and there's no wrong way to do them. Then I'm going to clear encapsulate. So do a full layer of the base liquid across the entire nail and pour the clear over top. This will protect it when we file, shape, and buff. Once it's dry, we're going to dust it off and apply a generous layer of activator and wait 2 minutes before we file, shape, and buff. And we go in for our second layer of activator and wait 2 minutes before we go in for top coat. Top coat's going to be 2 layers again, and once it's dry, y'all, you get to enjoy your beautiful sparkly manicure. Also, totally don't have to do 3 different swirl sections. You can do 1, 2, whatever you're comfortable with, but I love swirl designs for beginners because there's no wrong way to do it. Just whatever feels natural while you're painting it on your nail. Let's go into the next design. For this one, I've grabbed some tape. I'm going to line it up here at the corner and then go in an upward slant to create my triangle for the tree. Then I'm going to press it down and do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to paint inside that area with my base liquid brush. It's okay to get this on the tape. Then we're going to pour our green over top. Once it's dry, we're going to dust it off. And we'll go back over top with our base liquid brush for layer number 2, pouring the powder over, tapping off the excess, and dust it off once it's dry. While it's wet, I like to remove the tape, so I pull the tape away from the design, going very slowly, and do the same on the other side. Next, I like to use the flat end of the orange wood stick to just press it back into place. This is going to give a really crisp, straight edge. Okay, that's it for our tree. So we're going to start on the white now. I like to trace up at the cuticle area first and then drag the excess liquid down. So run the brush right up against the tree down to the corner areas. Then I pour the white powder over top, and then we're going to tap off the excess once it's fully absorbed into the base liquid. Once it's dry, we dust it off, and I know it looks crazy, you guys, but I promise it's going to be okay. So trace up at the cuticle area again, drag the excess liquid down, make sure you're not getting it on the tree, just go right up against it, and then pour the white over top, and you're going to see it's a beautiful even coverage. Don't sweat it if your first layer looks crazy. Now we need to add our ornaments, so I'm going to add some of the base liquid on top of the tree, wet my toothpick to pick up some of those glitter pieces, and place them sporadically on the tree. Then once I'm happy with it, I'm going to add some more base liquid up to the top of the tree so I can add my glitter star. And we need to protect all of it, so we're going to do a full layer of our base liquid across the entire nail and pour the clear dip powder over top. Now we have a nice even surface and none of the glitter pieces are standing up. So we're going to dust it off and apply our activator. Let it sit for 2 minutes before we file, shape, and buff. Then I apply another layer of activator and wait 2 minutes. This time I want to try the matte top coat. So I'm going to go in with the matte top coat across the entire nail. I apply it just like I would a nail polish top coat, going all the way over to those sidewalls, and once it's dry, it does turn into a beautiful matte finish. The instructions say if you want even more of a matte look that you can go in after this and apply a layer of activator, but I'm really happy with the results. I really like this design because even if you have short nails, you can totally tailor it to do a smaller tree or however big you want it to be. Now let's get started on my favorite one. So I'm going to pour the green glitter into the little tray that came with my kit. Then we're going to tap it on our desk to level out the powder. Next, we're going to grab our clear and then do a full layer of our base liquid across the entire nail and slowly guide our nail into the powder. Once you're happy with how the smile line is, so you can roll your finger a little bit side to side. Do not tap it off. Just let it sit there and then pour the clear over top. Then just tap off the clear on the side, and then we're going to dust off the clear first and then the glitter. This is going to help prevent glitters from going in the wrong spot. Then we want to level out the glitter again on our desk. Then we're going to use our base liquid across the clear section first and then drag it across the glitters last. We want to guide it back into the glitter and stop when we see it meet the last line. Do not tap it off. Let it sit there so we don't ruin our smile line, and quickly pour the clear over top. Tap it off away from it on the side here and let it just sit there like this while it dries. Then once it's dry, we can dust off the clear first and then dust off the glitters. Then we want to clear encapsulate. So do a full layer of the base liquid in the clear section first, then over top the glitter and pour the clear over. This is going to give it an even, smooth surface. Then we need to activate. Let it sit for 2 minutes before we file, shape, and buff. And I go in for my second layer of activator and let that sit for 2 minutes before I go in for 2 layers of top coat. Always so blown away with how shiny their top coat is and how clear their clear dip powder is. You can see straight down to my natural nail. This one, y'all, is my favorite design out of all of them, and I know it's such a simple and classic design, but there's something about a sparkly French tip that is so nostalgic to me. Very 90s vibes. I'm showing my age here. I can't wait to hear which one is y'all's favorite design. I'd love to know if you're going to try any this holiday season. Thank you, Azure Beauty, for sponsoring today's video, and thank y'all for being here and watching. I will see y'all next week.